Hey guys, it's Tony, currently on the treadmill. I'm gonna try to make this quick just because I just started running, or I just started warming up, and I do want to get my run in for today. The basic theory here is that, you know, TLT has just created basically a perfect buy-in, essentially for the market, right? So the last time this happened was on December 3rd, and we had that huge run up from December all the way up until highs of, on March 2nd, highs of, what were the highs? Like 170, right? Like 170, almost 180. And that same exact signal is actually happening again right now. Again, this kind of flows into the same, kind of the same sense that J Powell released all those news. You know, as of right now, forecast would be far out, right? So this wouldn't actually, I wouldn't actually think it's gonna skyrocket up, but I do think that maybe by early 2022 this can actually happen, which is why I bought calls for, I think, December 2022, just to be on the safe side. I do have an extra like 10 months just in case, but I do think we're well underway, and we're moving to the upside. I did want to check for divergence, because it does, we are bouncing off that 50 EMA, and I want to see if TLT is actually giving divergence off of this, to kind of give me more confirmation on the monthly chart about what's going to happen, right? But again, look, I'll show you guys the US 10-year. They're not, I don't want to say that they're perfectly inversely correlated, which is the plan here, right? So again, last time we had a pretty a signal exactly like the one that's giving me right now. We dropped from November 1st all the way down to lows of, you know, 1.4 actually, right? Did we? So we dropped from here. Oh no, sorry, we actually dropped from highs of, what were the highs? Highs of like 3.2-ish all the way down to lows of 1.5-ish. So we dropped about 1.5 points. The same thing, I'm expecting the same thing to happen around the same exact time frame. So if that actually happens, we're looking at a negative yield for the 10-year bonds, which is absolutely insane. And this is basically kind of like the interest rates, right? As of right now, I am basically hedging against the market just to kind of protect myself. If everything does go down, I'm basically, you know, saved, and while I'll lose money on long-term positions, I'll gain on this, right? Or if this actually doesn't happen, you know, I'll make money through my long positions, right? So this is basically just a hedge. And as of right now, there's a lot of things that are pointing for the US 10-year to drop, and for TLT to keep rising, especially with the dollar kind of running like it did. There's just too many things, right, that are actually coming together. Even right here, you guys can see the previous high was 1.9. We didn't even manage to break that high. We did a 1.789. We didn't even break that high on structure. And I can immediately tell you that even right now on TLT, I can probably go back to TLT and I can see the exact same thing. It probably created a low, but it created a higher low. It probably did not break that recent low. It's basically inversely correlated to the 20-year. This 10-year yield is basically, you know, inversely correlated to TLT. I mean, if we look at SPY too, I'll show you guys what SPY looks like. So SPY on the month, I don't want to say it's looking bearish, because it's not looking too bearish, but there is a gap that needs to be closed around that 400 strike. And if we don't, so here's the thing for the SPY, if we keep trading sideways or down, we are going to create, maybe this month or maybe next month, we are going to create a bearish move down on the SPY. Every single time that happens, again, what happened last time? Pandemic. What happened back in October 1st, 2018? We dropped, what? From 290 something to down to 234. So a couple points. Again, drop from 270 something down to like 250. So average, I don't want to say too much of a point drop. I'd say around 20 to 30 point drop is definitely possible from these levels, which would bring the SPY back to 400, which is why I bought those SPY puts about a year out for 400 strike. But again, this is just kind of as a hedge, because we have seen, like, the government's going to do everything that they can to prevent this from actually happening, but there just seems to be a lot of things happening at the same time where this just seems more and more possible over the next year or so. I'll see you guys later. I'll keep talking about this in the next couple of videos that I release, and I'll probably go a little bit more in depth into the TA for the US 10-year, TLT, SPY, NASDAQ, Dow probably, and other, you know, bigger blue chip stocks like Microsoft, Apple, and what their charts look like. So I'll see you guys later.